So welcome to today's session. So today we will be looking into a little part of your Newton's second law, and we will be looking into the Newton's third law. So the Newton's third law, you already know it, I believe. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. And also we will be looking into some of the numericals from Newton's second law. Have a look on to Newton's third law. So as I said initially, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So the same thing you can observe in our day-to-day life activities, right? So if you didn't study for the exam, okay, that is the action I can say which you took with regard to the exam. The reaction is that, okay, either you will fail in the exam or you will lose the marks. Again, uh, if you didn't go to the school, you won't get the attendance. So for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So coming to our example, if you are firing bullet from a gun, so as soon as you fire there is a force of action, okay, in the forward direction. So if this is your gun, okay, the bullet will move in this direction. So I can say this is my action force on bullet. Now you could see that the gun, it recoils back. That means it moves. So when this bullet is, okay, as soon as the bullet goes out of the gun it recoils back, right? So that is nothing but the reaction force. So again, both of them, they are equal and opposite. So this force is acting towards the forward direction, and the reaction force, it is acting in the backward direction. Again, always they act on two different bodies. So your action force, it was on the bullet, whereas your reaction force, it was on the gun. Okay, call it as a let's say pair, because the forces of interaction, so they occur on pair. So either here on a bullet, or the reaction force acting on the gun. Or if you take the case of the rocket, so when rocket is fired, so you know that, okay, the rocket, it uses certain gas as its fuel. So these gases, they are stored at very high pressure, okay, or whenever they get burnt, they comes out of the rocket, right? So that is nothing but the action which is on the gas molecules. Now because of this action force, there is an upward reaction, due to which the rocket, it moves. So again, here also you could see the interactive force, they are acting on two different bodies. Again, while you walk on the floor, okay, when you walk, again your foot, it presses the ground in the backward direction, okay, and in reaction to that you will be getting a forward force from the surface or from the ground. So again, there is a action and reaction force involved. So that is your Newton's third law is all about, and these are the various examples.
Let's now study about the applications of Newton's second law of motion. Starting with the first application, cricketer lowers his hand while catching the ball. As you can see here in this figure, a ball is coming towards the cricketer, and while catching the ball, the cricketer lower his hand in the direction of this arrow shown here. Their momentum of fast moving ball is very lost. If we need to catch the ball, that means we have to get its final velocity 0. That means, in catching the ball, momentum of ball has to be reduced to 0. The force applied on the ball by hands is given by F is equal to mv minus u upon t. By Newton's second law, the force is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. If the ball is stopped suddenly, then velocity of ball is reduced to 0 in a very short interval of time. So, if t is very small, then F is going to be too large. And this large force may cause injury or damage. To prevent this, a cricketer lowers his hands while catching the ball. This increases the time taken to stop the ball. And from this expression we can see, if time increases, the force required to stop the ball decreases. Thus, the hands of the player did not get hurt. Seat belts in a car prevents the driver from serious injuries in case of sudden brakes or accidents. The use of seat belts in a car prevent injuries to the passengers in case of an accident or in case of sudden application of brakes. This is because when a car stops suddenly, the belt worn by driver increases the time of fall of passengers forward. Due to this, the rate of change of momentum reduces. Hence the passenger may not get injured due to less force acting on him. So always make sure when you are driving, your seat belts are on. Because if not, your condition can be like this.
Numericals based on your Newton's second law. So keep in mind F is equal to ma, and again your rate of change of momentum, that is nothing but equal to force. So keep these two things in mind. So if you look at this question, a force acts for 10 seconds on a stationary body of mass 100 kg. So think that there is a rock, okay, a big rock which is having a mass 100 kg, and now you are applying a force. Think that you are pushing the rock and you are applying the force for 10 seconds. Okay, so the rock is stationary and you are applying the force for 10 seconds. After which the force ceases to act. So your energy, okay, it is getting less and less. So finally the force ceases to act. Now the body starts to move because of the force you apply. Okay, the body started to move a distance of 100 meter in the next 5 seconds. So you applied force for 10 seconds. So in the next 5 seconds, it is seen that the body is moving a distance of 100 meter. Now we are asked to calculate the velocity acquired by the body. That means initially your body was at rest, but finally since it started to move, it got some velocity or it acquired some velocity. Again, from your first law I can say that, so initially the body was in a state of rest, but because of the external unbalanced force which I applied, the body now gained a particular velocity. So you need to find that particular velocity. So V, that is what you need to find. So again it is said that the body is moving. Okay, so initially if it is at rest, I can't find any velocity, but since it is moving a distance of 100 meter in 5 seconds, its velocity will be equal to distance divided by the time, 100 divided by 5. So I will get it as 20 meter second raised to minus 1. So I got velocity 20 meter second raised to minus 1. Now the velocity acquired again from 0 to 20. Right, so velocity acquired, it is nothing but 20 meter second raised to minus 1. So first part. Again second part, the acceleration produced by the force. So because of the force you applied, what is the acceleration which is produced? Again from your Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. So your acceleration, it is proportional to the force applied. So F is equal to ma. But you need to find the acceleration. So here the given values, so you know what is V, you know what is U, and again you know the time. Okay, so A is equal to V minus U divided by T. So 20 minus 0 divided by the time. So what is the time now? Okay, so the body is getting accelerated because of the force you apply. So again that force, it was in action for 10 seconds. So 20 minus 0 divided by 10. So you will get 2 meter second raised to minus 2. Or again you can use the equation V square minus u square is equal to 2as. So 20 square minus 0 square is equal to 2 into a into, again it is said that the body it is moving a distance of 100 meter. So 100. So again 400 divided by 200. So again you will get 2 meter second raised to minus. So your acceleration is equal to 2 meter second raised to minus 2. Again you are asked to find the magnitude of the force. So magnitude of the force, again it is given by F is equal to ma. So your second part here and third part. Again mass is known. Okay, it is given 100. So 100 into, again the acceleration just now you got into 2. So that will give you 200 Newton. So the force is 200 Newton, acceleration 2 meter second raised to minus 2 and velocity 20 meter second raised to minus 1. So your next question, a bullet of mass 50 gram is moving with a velocity 100 meter per second. Okay, so think that your bullet it is moving with 100 meter per second. So it is having 50 gram, that is a mass given, which is equal to 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram. Okay, now it is moving and it is now getting encountered with a wooden block. Now it is hitting the wooden block. So you know it is said that after hitting the wooden block it comes to rest after penetrating a distance of 2 centimeter. So it encountered the wooden block. So after moving a distance of 2 centimeter, the bullet it stopped. Calculate the momentum. So you are asked to calculate initial momentum, final momentum, retardation cost and the resistive force. So initial momentum I am taking it as Pi, which is equal to m into u. So again initially the bullet of mass 50 gram, it was moving with a speed of 100 meter per second. So 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram into 100. So we will get it as 5 kilogram meter second raised to minus 1. So your initial momentum it will be equal to 5 kilogram meter second raised to minus 1. Again the second part, the question is you are asked to calculate the final momentum of the bullet. Okay, in question it is given of the bullet. So final momentum Pf, again it is equal to m into v. But there is a problem. Do you know the value of this v? Okay, so what is the value of v? So it is of course 0, right? Because the bullet comes to rest after penetrating a distance of 2 centimeter. So final momentum is equal to 0. Now the third part of the question, retardation. So whenever the bullet it is getting encountered with this wooden block, its velocity gradually decreases. That is nothing but negative acceleration or deceleration or retardation is happening. So you need to find that A. So again, how can you find? Can you use A is equal to V minus U divided by T? Since time is not given, I can use that particular equation, right? So I need to go with V square minus U square is equal to 2as. So final velocity 0 square minus 100 square is equal to, so 2 into a into, so s. So it is said that the body it is traveling a distance of 2 centimeter within the wooden block. So 2, it was centimeter, so convert to meter. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. So your A is equal to minus or 10 to the power 4 divided by 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. So that will give you, so 10 4 divided by 4 into 10 to the power minus 2. So 4 into 25. So you will get 2500 into 10 to the power 2. So that is equal to 25 into 10 to the power 4 meter second raised to minus 2. So your A is equal to minus 25 into 10 to the power 4 meter second raised to minus 2, or retardation is equal to 25 into 10 to the power 4 meter second raised to minus 2. In the last part, the resistive force, that is nothing but F is equal to m into a. Again, mass of the bullet 50 into 10 to the power minus 3 kilogram into the acceleration is equal to 25 into 10 to the power 4 meter second raised to minus 2. So that will give you 1250 into 10 to the power 4 and 3. Okay, so that will be 12500. So that is your resistive force. So coming to your next question, a force causes an acceleration of 10 meters second raised to minus 2 on a body of mass 500 gram. So mass is going to be 500 gram. So acceleration and mass is given. So let's find what that force is. So F is equal to ma. So 500. Again it is given in grams. So convert it to kilogram into 10. So you will get it as equal to 10 to the power 2 and 3. So 5 meter second raised to minus 2. So that force is nothing but 5 meter second raised to minus is equal to 5 Newton. You are asked to find the force, right? So 5 Newton. So again, what acceleration will be caused by the same force in a body of mass 5 kilograms? So if the force is 5 Newton, so now the question is what acceleration will be caused by the same force? So if this force is acting on a body of mass 5 kilogram, what will be its acceleration? So again, F is equal to ma, a is equal to F divided by m. So F is equal to 5 divided by 5. So that is 1 meter second raised to minus